Senator Hutchison, we're delighted you're with us today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Bill.
You must be disappointed that there's no energy bill of some kind to show your constituents when you go back to Texas.
I'm very disappointed. We want to have more production of energy in our country to increase supply. That's what will bring down the price. And Congress had several weeks to take this up. We are very disappointed that we kept being blocked by the majority.
What do you think it's going to take to get it done eventually, Senator? I mean, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, many people say, because the public is actually starting to embrace alternative energy for the first time in a meaningful way.
Yes, and the public is also understanding that we must produce more energy from our own natural resources. Every poll shows that America now is willing to make sure that we do drill for our own oil and natural gas.
Are you in favor of that?
Oh, absolutely. And we can do it while protecting the environment at the same time and protecting our national security and our economic security. People are for more production because they know when it costs $100 to fill up a truck or an SUV or $85 for a car, that's just unsustainable.
But there are two different tracks on that, though. The hopes and expectations for weaning ourselves of foreign oil, using more of our own domestic oil, that's going to take a while. We can't just stick a straw in the ground and start drilling oil now, as you well know from being from Texas. But at the same time, plenty of people are suffering in the economy now because of these high energy prices, and I know the House especially is trying to come up with some immediate relief for those people. Is there anything afoot in the Senate that might come out of that?
Well, I think you would get immediate relief and immediate reaction if we did something, even if it's going to take 5 or 6 years to get the actual drilling done. We've got to start sometime. How about right now? Yeah. And if that happened, why would the speculators be suggesting and betting that we would increase prices? They wouldn't, because if we are going to show that we're going to increase supply, the speculators will not hedge that prices are going to keep going up.
Senator, how do you combat some of the opposition by various states? I mean, it's all well and fine and good to say we should drill more, yet we have talked to representatives from Florida and from California, both of whom have said they're against drilling off their shores. At the same time, both China and Cuba are going to be drilling off of Florida. So you do have a lot of state opposition, regardless of what the national picture looks like. And how do you overcome that?
Well, I think that giving the states the right to make the decision is one way, and that's what we're trying to do right now. Let the states decide if they want to explore offshore and give them a part of the dividend, a royalty to be paid to them. I think that is the way we can do it. Then states can make that decision. And I think if the people in California decide that they don't want to do it and they want to pay higher prices, that is a local decision. The people in Florida.
But isn't it ironic that Cuba and China will be drilling right off of our shores? There's an enormous amount of oil?
It's not only ironic, it's dangerous. We could be drilling with American technology that would protect our environment instead of letting Chinese technology, which might not care about our environment, doing the same thing in the same place because Cuba is so close to America and it would be so close to our shores. It's very dangerous.
Very quickly, before we let you go, I'm just noticing on the wires here that your leader there in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, is saying that he's hopeful you could have a deal by the end of this week. And do you have any sense of if that's the case and what it would look like?
Yes, Mitch is in very strong negotiations right now with the Democratic leader, Harry Reid, and hoping that we can have some amendments that will include production. That's what Republicans are standing firm on. If we don't deal with production, we aren't going to deal with energy. It's just that simple. I think we're very close. I think some of the Democrats are agreeing with us as well. So I'm hoping that we will get that agreement and people will know that we are going to deal with this issue.
Senator Hutchison, always good to see you. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
All right.